Okay, so I'm going to be doing a service on the Mini Cooper S R53 today, and I'm going to use all these parts for the service. I've got some 0W30 fully synthetic oil, I've got an oil filter, I've got some Bosch spark plugs, I'll tell you which part number on that. I've got a cabin filter, I've got some wiper blades, Bosch Aero Twins in front and just a standard Bosch one on the back, and I've got a pipe across panel air filter, and I'm going to be doing all of that today. So here's the 13mm sump plug. Just use all the oil around here. I think the cam cover gasket's gone, so just undo that and then just drop all the oil into a drain bucket. So I've drained the oil, as I said about before, and now I need to come around here and take out the oil filter. So it's typical BMW one, see the top there? I need to get a bolt on the, I need to get a socket on the back of that. So I've got my 36mm socket down here with the breaker, and then that's undoing, and then I'll just undo that fully by whacking on a ratchet so it's undo, and then just come in here and undo that. So I've undone this, and just take this out here like that. Ooh. Not a lot of space. Oh god, I'm licking oil everywhere. But so that's the filter cartridge type up there, and you open this up and you get some things. You get this seal and you get the cartridge element, so it sits that way. Just basically redo how it was before. So hold that, then chuck this old one in here. Here we go. Chuck her up. Okay. Then we can get a flat bladed screwdriver to take the old seal off. So here we have the old seal. And I always say with these seals, just be careful with them, because you may find the new one isn't as good as the old one, if that makes sense. And what you don't want to do is just mess this up for no good reason. So I will try and use the new one, but sometimes, especially with patent parts, you never know if your old one was a BMW one or a better patent part, and you might want to actually use it again. But that's off there. Get my new seal and just walk him round. So yeah. So that's there. Okay, and then just open up this. And we're like that. It goes in there. And then you notice this thing fits onto there, below. So we'll just that thing actually will go. What was it saying about patent parts? It's on there. I'll just come back down in here. I've got some oil on the rubber seal, and then come down in here, and then just tie it in. Come down here. Set, mate. Yeah. So it's like that. Just try and feed this thing in. What am I doing? There we go. Right. And basically just try and screw this back into the thread. So then when it's started, you can get the 36mm and the ratchet here. Just mind all the oil, I'm going to clean that up after. And just do that up. And don't go mental tightening things up, just snug it up. Okay, so that's, so just get it tight. Okay, that's it. And then I'll wipe down all that oil, and then we'll put the sump plug back in there, and then we'll top it up. So the 13mm sump plug is tightened up. Don't go ape on it, just tighten it up just enough. And obviously the new oil filter's in there. Now we've got this little funnel and obviously the cravat or craviat. And then we've got this, which is the oil. So 0W30, fully synthetic. I'm not sure how much exactly I need, so what I'm going to do is I'll put in about 2.5, so about 3.5 litres. I'll put in about 2.5 litres. Probably have to put in a bit more than that. I'm usually putting about 3.5. See where you stand.
You don't want to overfill it though, do you?
You don't want to overfill it, then you have to kind of drop a bit of oil out again.
And that's liquid gold, isn't it?
Liquid gold, mate. That's 3 litres there. Probably take a bit more than that. Let's have a look. Dipstick.
What are you looking for in a dipstick?
You want to be in that hashed marking, so up to the top of there, really. One thing you have to bear in mind is you've got a new oil filter in there, so that will take, you know, probably a Coke can's worth of oil anyway. So you have to kind of bear that one in mind. I think we're just on the bottom there, so probably put another litre in.
What's the difference between the top and the bottom for?
It depends on the car, but I think it probably is about a litre. I don't know. It could be half a litre. Depends on the car, but I'm going to put in. I'll probably put another half litre. Quickly start and stop the engine. That will allow the oil filter to suck in that Coke can, and then I basically just put in a bit more. So really, you're just going. Also, notice how the car is actually level as well. So that's important to make sure that therefore the sump is level. So the dipstick's giving you a good reading. And of course, when they make these sumps, they calibrate it when the car's on the deck, so level. So it's just you wait for it to go down. Now, the thinner the oil, the quicker it's going to go down to the bottom of the sump anyway.
What's the thinnest oil?
What is the thinnest oil? This is one of
in a car application.
This is one of the thinner oils. But yeah, I don't know what the thinnest oil is. It's a good question, man. This is one of them.
What does 0W30 mean?
So basically, it's all about the temperature of operation of the oil, the ideal suited temperature. So it's to do with the viscosity of the oil. So you've got basically the W value. So on here, the 0W, that's the winter running temperature, so kind of viscosity really. And then you've got 30, which is like the summer. So, you know, just have a look online for more in-depth analysis on that one. Basically, it's to do with the engine you have. So it's not even on there yet, it's just on the tip. So it's the engine you have, and then the climate that you run in. So if I'm running my car in Norway compared to I'm running in South Africa, then they're going to be completely different. The kind of temperature I'm operating in, therefore probably the oil I need. Look at that, go down. So each time you don't want to overfill it. That's the thing, but you still have to run the engine and let it take that oil out as well. So let's have a look. So yeah, we're about on the money there. So that's pretty good. Then what I'll get you to do,
run the car?
Yeah, I'll just take, what I'll do is I'll take this out. I will put this back on. And then I'll get you to run the engine quickly and then stop it straight away. Okay. So in anticipation of needing a bit more, I will put this back in there. Here. you've got to do is you've got to obviously clean it every single time, because you don't want to have the wrong reading, which is off the original oil level before we'd run the engine. So there you go, and shove it in. Each time make sure it goes right down to the bottom, and then that isn't a good reading. Let's just put that in there. The thing is, if you wander it around too much, you'll start taking the oil off the side of the tube. Oh, that's kind of a trick behind there. See, we're just there. We're just on the bottom. So basically it's taken that much. So that's to answer your question. It's taken that much. So we can see how much to get it back up to there. But that's how much is in the oil filter. We'll just suck up that into the oil filter.
So you're never going to Coke can?
Yeah, you need another, like, I don't know. Yeah, let's
how much oil have we used so far then?
We have used almost 5 litres. We've probably got half litre, 4.5 litres. We'll just put a bit more. Okay. Let that go in. Yeah, it's always good to get a good reading. Make sure it's nice and clean to begin with. Ooh. And always use a clean rag when you're doing this as well. Yeah, so we're just there. So you can probably take a bit more. I'll probably just put the rest of that bottle in.
How much you got left?
I've got not a lot.
Triple. So that means it's taken the full
whack 5 litres.
5 litres.
And I bet the spec doesn't say that. I bet the spec says 4 and a bit. But it takes whatever it takes. You give it whatever it needs.
Okay.
That's what it's calling for. That's what it's calling for. So that's it. That's how you do it. And then you just basically just wipe up and put the cap back on. And put this HT lead back. I'll just put it out of the way a bit. Wipe up any oil you spilt, and that's that part of the process. Spark plugs. These are the Bosch, and I'll read you there's the part number. There you go. You can read it yourself. Nice spark plugs. So then what we're going to do is we're just going to take these off. Are these even the iridium ones? Platinum. They're the platinum ones.
Yeah. Only the best.
Yeah. And then, so what you want to do is just take off the HT lead, just wiggle it back and forward, put it like that. This is the pretty standard 10mm. This works on Hondas and all types of vehicles, but pretty standard stuff. That wasn't very tight at all.
Nope.
No. So then just undo these. Round. Okay. Then you can get a pipe. I often use a pipe, but I've got this today. There we go.
Have a look at them.
I mean, it's not hideous. That's the kind of colour that you want. You see, it's kind of a little bit whitish. You don't want it to be covered in oil or completely black. There's all different types of things to look out for, but that's pretty much what you're expecting to see if the engine's running right. No reason to believe that it wouldn't be. So then we grab our new plug. See, and let's have a look. So we've gone from NGK BK R6 EQUP to the Bosch numbers, but see how they look very similar. In fact, the electrode on them is slightly different, but let's go with them.
So how do you drop it in there?
So I just drop it in like that, and then grab the.
Just to be clear, you drop it in.
Drop it
the
in.
old one, just to show you.
Yeah. You drop it in
like that way.
Electrode. I don't think anyone's that stupid of it. And then basically I like to go anti-clockwise first, and then you feel basically it'll fall down. Yeah, there you go, it's just done it. It falls down one rung, and then you can do it up. If you feel any resistance, stop, because you're cross-threading your cylinder head. And let me tell you,
Don't do it.
don't do that. I have never done that. But if you do it, that's like major. I mean, you've got to take the cylinder head off, probably, you know, maybe scratch.
It's expensive.
It's going to be a very expensive mistake. So don't get away without doing that. But yeah, so it's actually a bit difficult because the intercooler is a top mount intercooler. So I can
Get a different tool.
Yeah, I can probably get a different tool.
Do that.
You don't need to go mental tight on these. This is a common misconception on spark plugs. You don't need to go really, really tight, but you don't want it as loose as it was. But that's why they only give you this T piece. Yeah, there you go. So that's done. And then on to the next, and so on. So. With the next one out, I might see if I've got actually a suitable socket that I can use to drop it down there. So we'll do that next. The other ones, you're not going to get the T handle down there really, so you have to put that to one side. But here I've got a 16mm on a single hex deep, and that's just perfectly going to fit down there, and then just undo them. So that's what I'll do, and then I'll just work through and replace the other 3 spark plugs. I've put each of the new spark plugs in, I've tightened them all up, and then just put the HT leads back in. So I've left them in order, but you can see actually they're quite nice in how they do this, because this is number 4, so that's number 4, number 3, and the coil pack you can see, number 2, see there, number 2, number 1, number 1, they've even labelled it on the cam cover, can you believe that? I've never seen that. Okay, so check they're all in. Check these are all in. Okay, and then start the car up just to check it still runs, which it bloody should. That's it. This is the air filter, Hypercross PP1536. So I could have put just a standard one in, but you know, hey, it's meant to be a fast car. Let's see if we can do anything to it. Anyway, so this is the airbox. This is crimped on, so you don't undo that, you just leave that on there. And then you want to remove this little battery terminal, so you can just kind of move it back and side to side. That comes off like that. Then you've got this, which is TPS20, which is a 6-pointed star. And then you want to put that on here. So just take that one out, and then take this one out. So we'll just undo both of those. So these are kind of captive, so they stay where they are. So then you should just be able to kind of just move it back and forward a bit. And this is interesting because this, look at this. Look how perished all that is. It's exciting. Right, so I should be able to just move this back a bit. And it's I don't think I need to remove the whole thing out. So I've got a K&N air filter in here so far, so it's quite dirty.
You're able to just wash them.
You can just wash them. Anyway, I've got this now, so I'm going to put the pipe across in. Let's see what the pipe across is made of. I wasn't sure what type of filter I had to begin with. So let's just chuck that in here. So you can see it's already got this kind of oil stuff on. Kind of helps it pick up all the particles of crap coming in. So open this one up. Pipe across. And what we'll do this in. Be nicer if this whole thing came out. Already on the card. So, what you want to do, it's going to be quite hard to see here, but you want to kind of make it so it kind of sits in the whole way around. Happy with the position of it, then I can put this little hat on. That kind of goes forward first. See, that's it. Like that. Okay, and then we get that same tool again before the star. And just basically do that one just loosely for now. So just don't go too tight because it's only made out of plastic. That's that. Then I just put this battery thing back on somehow. That's how you do the air filter. Right, now I'm going to do the wiper blades. Obviously this is an easy one, sure a lot of people don't need to worry about this, but 19mm on this side and 80mm on this one side supposedly, but it's Euro car parts, so you honestly never know what they're going to give you. And then this is the rear ones, this is a little 11-inch one, so 19-inch first, so I'll give you them. So one thing you've got to be careful of these is don't let it, when you've taken it off, slap back and crack your windscreen.
What's your wish? You paid Halfords to do it for you.
I never wish that. So you just kind of push it down. It's kind of down and out. And then go like that, and then there you go. And then give me the 19-inch. I always kind of give you this. Look at the size. It might be okay today. This first, so you kind of press here, pull that up, and then just thread it in. So you thread it in like that, then round. Wait till it clips in. Okay, and then snap it back. That's done. Two front ones. H840 on this one again. Check that sizing. That's about right. Take the old one out. You're supposed to lever it over like this, and pull it like that. Get the new one in, like this, and then basically clip it in like that. Next we've got the cabin filter. Good thing to do. This probably hasn't been done like ever before. So this is an easy project to take on. And then basically all it is up here. You've got these little tangs there and there. I pretty much imagine that it's a matter of pulling behind there. Yeah, there's one. And there's two, and there's the same ones at the back here. So let's just see if we get. There's another one. Ooh, there we go. And this is the old thing here. It's pretty much like it's never ever been replaced. So I think you just put it to the left hand side, pluck them out. Yeah. And it kind of concertinas out, so it's going to have to go in from the left and go right. Have a look at it.
Right, get the new one.
You get the new one. Oh, look at him. It's even got a leaf in there. It really makes the whole thing stink when you have something like that. So this will make it much nicer. So grab the new one, go in here, and then basically just what you want to do is kind of feed it up in here, and like so. So kind of feed them up in there. So you see this little concertina thing, it kind of goes on these little indent rails. Things it's got, if I show you that. It's kind of got these rails that run, but it kind of goes up and goes like there and then up in. So you want to kind of follow that. And then once you're happy it's in, you get this little tray thing and shove this back in where it was before. Like that, and clip it in, clip it in, clip it in, clip it in. It should be four clicks you kind of hear, and that's how that whole thing sticks together. It's done. So basically, a really common fault in an MOT or vehicle check would be when you've got the rear number plate bulb out, and this is what you want. It's a Lucas part, but there's one of the ones I've just taken out was like this, so that wasn't really going to work that much. Anyway, it's quite simple how you go about doing it. Just get a flathead screwdriver, come in here, and then just clip that down. Okay, and then you can basically just kind of tease him out of here. Say, there we go. Then
like
get
that.
the new one. Got the new one here. And I can just basically come in here like this, and then no, not like that, like this, and just check it's tight. Yeah. And then just chuck this thing back in here, and I think it's like this. There we go.
You just check it works.
And then just we'll just check it works now.
Yeah. Oh, this one doesn't work. One does.